Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Forest River Cherokee 264L. I'm going to walk you around your travel trailer here to show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for your awning. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be right in front of your slide, and your docking station for water is going to be up toward the front of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we do is level our unit. Unit comes with a power tongue jack. Simply extend to raise, retract to lower until you've got this thing level. Now should you lose power, that light comes on automatically. Should you lose power under this rubber stopper, this hand crank will fit on there and get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit got these scissor stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, keep them from sinking into hot blacktop in the summer. Get a 4-pack of those from our store. You got a 10% off coupon. Use it. Get a 4-pack of them. Put them down underneath these and run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level, so we don't want to change that. We just want to stabilize it. So once you feel like you're getting some resistance on your hand crank, that's down nice and tight, go ahead and stop. Get all four of those down. Have our unit level and stable. Next thing we'll do is hook up our power and water. That big long 30 amp cord plugs in way back there. The way these go on now is they'll go in, say at 11 o'clock, push it in, turn it to the right to noon, and then put your gray washer on. Now, should you need plug into a 110 somewhere, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer, so you can plug into a 110. Get your power hooked up, hook up your water. At campsites, we will plug into city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator that comes in your convenience pack is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use these because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn on your hose yet. One more step. Just to the left of this is going to be your hot water heater. Now this door will lift all the way off here. And what we're going to do at this point, put a drain plug in here. Put some plumber's tape around there and that putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug, tight, and then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside and open your slide if you need to. I need you to get in there and open up all of your water lines. Sinks and showers. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Get all the air out of the lines. Shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. Treat the hot water heater the same way. Make sure that's all plugged up. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's overflow valve right there. Or two on the inside where you check the level of your black and gray tanks. You're also going to have a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, put your cap back on there. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you the rest of the way around the unit. Put your hot water cap back on here. I'll continue here on the off camp side. I see someone has already put a level on here for you. Again, hot water heater. Got a hot and cold shower here. Fresh water, city water. Underneath there is going to be our low point drains. You've got this is where you'll dump your black and gray tanks with your sewage hose there. Here's where you plug in cable at the campsite. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks. I will mention on your slide, on both ends you've got these slide wipers. You want to keep these flexible and pliable over the years, so they do have sprays that you can put on them. Accessory hitch will lay down. Your spare tires on the back of that. Your awning. Come around your campsite, your other stabilizing jacks. So this is a vent for your hood vent inside your unit above your stove. You can clip a TV here. They actually make mounts that'll snap right onto that. A couple of outdoor speakers. Access to the back of your fridge for technicians. This is a flue for your furnace. A few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. They actually make bug guards that'll go over these too to keep the bugs out of there. Got a couple sets of 110s out here. Your main low point drain right up underneath here. That one I showed you on the other side is your freshwater. Plug in a solar panel right here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. The rest of your pass-through storage with your hand cranks. Coming around front, your propane does have a cover and a regulator. Simply lefty-loosey to open. See that turn to green? It means you got gas. You can put it in the center for the automatic crossover and open them both up. My preference is to open one at a time. That way you know when you're getting low or out. And then up front here, lastly, is going to be your battery disconnect. That would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when we talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside, where things are a little quieter. Coming up our steps, first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. So to my right, as I come in up top, you're gonna have sets of accent lights and awning light. Over here are your interior and exterior lighting. Awning. On your awning, you only want to extend that out so you can see your silver bar and that flap falls down. Sometimes when it's wet, that flap may take a minute to fall down. But my point is, don't hold your button down to extend past that point. That will run itself up onto itself and start to run up backwards onto itself. So keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. So bring that in. I'm going to shut that light off and tell you that slam locks work best when gently slammed. Your recliners, I'm going to show you. I'll show you when we close up that you turn these so that our slide can come closed. They won't hit them. Continuing down here, just want to mention that you've got your, here's where you check your brand new battery. Freshwater button, that's the one I said to hold down when you're filling your freshwater. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump for freshwater only. Coming into the kitchen, we've got a self-explanatory microwave. Oops. Start that for you. Down below that, a light and fan. Above your cooktop, this glass top makes a nice backsplash. Flip that back, turn this to light high, hit your spark, and there's your flame. And all of those, same way. You gotta hold them in while you do them. Oven, same way. Roll that over to pilot on, get in there, light your pilot. This spark should light your pilot, and then make sure it's lit, and then turn it to the desired temperature. Make sure you keep this glass top down for traveling. Got a Norcold fridge, pretty simple there. This one is electric, or excuse me, gas. You just turn it on here, and if that light starts flashing or red, then check your gas. Mentioned here in the living room, sound system. If you ever do hook a TV up in here, and here's where your cable goes, a couple charging ports. Here's where your main cable will go. That green light there is a antenna. Make sure you have that on. here. Turn that on. AM, FM, interior and exterior speakers. AM, FM, Bluetooth compatible, nice sound system. Tabletop will lift up off these legs. Remove the legs, put the tabletop on these wooden lifts. Put flat cushions on top for another sleeping quarters. Over here, our couch. Bring it back down for a cup holder or jackknife the entire thing down for another sleeping quarters. Or for a good old afternoon nap. Head on back to our bathroom. Before I do, I want to mention below your fridge is going to be your breaker box and fuses. Handful of 15s in there and a couple 40s. Highly recommend having those with you when you go. And your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mention that's 12 volt, that's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, nothing plugged in, charging your battery, and you're going to be gone for the day, if you don't want this to run your battery down, use that battery disconnect up front. Into our bathroom, a couple things to mention in here. Your 110 with GFCI reset. Your plumbing to maintain. Heater and the kitchen. Your access panels. It's mostly PEX nowadays. Just keep an eye on things. If you travel a lot with this, you're wiggling a house up and down the road. Make sure nothing's gotten loose over time. A door to make sure you have snap closed. You got a max air vent here. Crank that open. Turn on your vent from over here. Let's go to your AC here. Your thermostat. Crank that up. Show you that your AC also has a quick dump here. Close that and to blast more through here. Open that up. It's hot in the kitchen. Now you'll notice when I shut your AC off, generally shuts off kind of quickly. Okay, there it goes. Now if I turn on your furnace, you get that kick on. Now I shut your furnace off. That will generally take a few minutes to cycle through before it actually shuts off. In our bedroom, a lot of one-touch lighting here. Access to your water pump and hot water heater for bypassing is behind that panel right there underneath your bed. You need to bypass that for winterizing. You do have a backer here for a TV as well. And a door to make sure that you have snap open for travel. You don't want that bouncing around as well. Alright, that about covers everything on the inside. What I like to do to close the unit up, shut my lights off on my way out. A lot of these are one touch. Oh, I missed one. Make sure my bedroom door is secure. I know all those lights are off. My vent is closed. I can shut that. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Especially our entertainment door down there. Come to my control panel and shut off lights. Because then I can see any other lighting that's lit is individual lighting I need to shut off by hand. Still hear the furnace running. It will take a couple minutes and it'll shut off. Alright, now I come back and turn on my lights here and hit slide in. And the furnace just shut off. These chairs clear more than I thought they would. A lot of these rear livings, these chairs have to be turned sideways in order to get this slide to come in, but you have plenty of room here. Most importantly, nothing is in the way of this slide. And as it comes in, Why did you hear that noise? That's just the slide mechanism telling you that it's all the way in. Go ahead and let off the button. Alright, so we'll bring up our stairs on both sides. If we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come over here underneath our fresh water here and dump that fresh water drain and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we are at a campsite, we will unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. The dump's going to be right in front of your tires, a few feet on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Drive there, hook up your 10-foot sewage hose, and pull our black handle. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. Shows empty or close to it. Come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, hook it up here to this black tank flush, and turn that on. Again, emphasizing with that black handle open. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that up. Now make sure all that washout water you just put in there has drained. Then close your black and pull your gray. While my grays are draining, I like to do a couple things. Come around and dump my low point drains. I think yours, yeah, up underneath here. You're gonna be right up underneath this metal here, so make sure you get up underneath there to see those. Drain those out. Then if you're done camping for a while, you don't want to leave stagnant water in this hot water heater. So get in here, lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, some hot water is going to come out of there. When that's done, close that back down, and then you can pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. One more thing on your hot water heater, if it doesn't seem to be working, come out here to look to see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They are a overheat reset. All right, well, our grays are done. Come back down here, close your gray handle, take your sewage hose, and then conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, I thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Cherokee for many years to come. Happy camping.